Hello everyone, my name is Eva. Welcome to my channel. This has been an odd week to me. I've been feeling a bit exhausted and I just recovered from a reading slump. So I decided to make this video because I didn't want to talk about books. Whenever we talk about Oedipus Rex as a tragic hero, the topic always sparks heated discussions in my literature classes. People refuse to accept that a man who commits incest could be considered a hero. Of course, when people think about a hero, this is what comes to their minds, not this. I think this happens for two reasons. On the one hand, our programs have been drastically defunded in the past years, which has resulted in classic and history courses being progressively removed from our course curriculum. So students are expected to do close readings on texts whose historical context they know nothing about. The other reason I could think of is the strong influence that American culture has in society. Notions of the American superhero are so imbued in our minds that we cannot accept a concept that challenges our contemporary ideas. So the purpose of this video is to explore the differences between the superhero and the tragic hero. The origin of the word hero is uncertain, but it is believed to have come from a pre-Greek word, which means defender or protector. Its Greek root means demigod, and its Latin root means hero, demigod, or illustrious man. The dictionary defines the word hero as a person distinguished by courage, noble deeds, and outstanding achievement. Now, the superhero originates from the mythological hero. For the ancient Greeks, a hero was a man of superhuman strength, courage, or qualities favored by the gods, a demigod. Although these people did good deeds, they weren't necessarily good people. In fact, they were very problematic. They took advantage of women, killed people, and defied the gods. And many of them were actually punished by the gods. In contrast, the superhero is a heroic character with an altruistic mission, who possesses superpowers, wears a defining costume, and functions in the real world in his or her alter ego. Their extraordinary or superhuman powers are often displayed in a fight against crime and assorted villains. They are usually ordinary people who undergo a transformation that gives them exceptional abilities. Superheroes see their powers as a great responsibility that they must use wisely. The powers and transformation rouse in the superheroes a sense of duty. They are also selfless because they don't seek fame or wealth, although they possess the means to get whatever they want. Superheroes differ from classic heroes because of their moral codes. Superheroes can have flaws like ordinary people in real life, but they are pretty unproblematic. The tragic hero also shares some similarities with the classic hero. Aristotle describes the tragic hero as a man who is not eminently good and just, yet whose misfortune is brought about not by vice or depravity, but by some error or frailty. He must be one who is highly renowned and prosperous, a personage like Oedipus, Thyestes, or other illustrious men of such families. Just like the mythical hero is a demigod that often belongs to the aristocratic class, the tragic hero is usually a person from the nobility. In Greek tragedy, many of them are descendants of the gods. They are also figures of admiration, but like the mythical hero, the tragic hero can be very problematic. Tragic heroes aspire to greatness, but they have a fatal flaw that causes their downfall. The most common flaws that they display are hubris and impulsivity. In the same way that mythical heroes are subject to the favors and vengeance of the gods, the tragic hero is a victim of fate. Their stories are supposed to imitate actions which excite pity and fear. According to Hegel, the sufferings of the tragic hero are merely a means of reconciling opposing moral claims. The conflict is not between good and evil, but between goods that are each making to exclusive acclaim. The heroes of ancient tragedy, by adhering to the one ethical system by which they molded their own personality, must come into conflict with the ethical claims of another. It is the moral one-sidedness of the tragic actor, not any negatively tragic fault in his morality or in the forces opposed to him, that proves his undoing. For both sides of the contradiction, if taken by themselves, are justified. Tragic heroes often try to do the right thing, but they must choose between two or more forces that contradict each other. No matter the decision they make, none of them lead to a positive outcome. We can see many of these notions in Hamlet. Hamlet is a prince. His fatal flaws are impulsivity and hesitation. He is a victim of fate and greater forces. He must avenge his father because a ghost told him to, but he doesn't have solid proof to kill his uncle. His duty as a son is to avenge his father, but killing his uncle without proof will be immoral and it will also be regicide. Hamlet also seeks poetic justice, so he keeps waiting for the propitious moment to kill his uncle. The problem is that there is no right decision, and because Hamlet cannot make up his mind in time, everyone ends up dead. As you can see, the tragic hero is not an embodiment of morality, but of conflict. According to Aristotle, people love tragedies because they can experience strong emotions vicariously. The pity and fear that the tragic hero evokes help the audience to purge their emotions. This is what is known as catharsis. In contrast, I think we like superheroes for social and political reasons. In a world where most politicians are either inept or opportunists, superheroes remind us that with great power comes great responsibility. I think society is becoming exponentially progressive. People nowadays are more tolerant than they were 20 years ago. People are more aware of issues of class, gender, and race. The problem is that our systems remain highly inefficient. Even in the best countries, we see lots of injustice and impunity. The interests of corporations are given more importance than the interests of the common people. And the treaties that prevent many countries from causing wars are ineffective in protecting victims of war. Superhero stories give us the poetic justice that we seek. They are usually common people, not gods. They represent the ordinary person taking power to deliver justice. Superheroes are also rarely wrong. Unlike the system, superheroes never punish the wrong person or deem someone to be less worthy of saving because of the race or gender. To summarize things, tragic heroes are usually from the nobility, whereas superheroes tend to be ordinary people. Tragic heroes have a fatal flaw, whereas superheroes have flaws, but they have a defined moral code. Tragic heroes are usually victims of fate, whereas superheroes make their own rules. Tragic heroes aspire to greatness, but fall from grace. Superheroes represent greatness and always achieve their goals. Tragic heroes often lose their powers and lives, whereas superheroes gain power to save lives. In conclusion, Oedipus is not a hero as we know the concept today. He is a tragic hero because he embodies all the features of the tragic hero. He is also the protagonist of his own tragedy. His subjects consider him a hero because he solves the Sphinx riddle and becomes king of Thebes. He is also very problematic. His fatal flaws are his impulsivity, that's why he kills Laius, and his hubris, which is why he refuses to see the truth of what he has done. He is also a victim of fate. Once he hears about the prophecy, he runs away from his adoptive home to spare his adoptive parents. What ends up happening is that by trying to avoid the prophecy, he ends up fulfilling it. So this is the end of the video. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye!